So that's the dirty pour. They're pretty simple to do. Sometimes they're a little bit cumbersome depending on the piece that you're pouring, especially when you wet the surface. They're hard to hang on to, so you have to be careful. I literally dumped. Oh, it was one of these cups. It was completely full. Half of it went onto the table, and half of that went onto the floor. About that time, my wife walked around the corner, and I'm in the dining room. She did not smile at me. She didn't say a word. She just turned around and walked away. Well, if you can do that with plain old paint, what can you do with the string? Ray Moyer was up here and he moved my string. You put it back? Do you know where you put it?
In your hand.
How many of you ever done watercolor painting or acrylic or even the oil paints? You know how difficult flowers are to do? Okay. Flowers really aren't difficult. This is just plain ordinary yarn, knitting yarn, or crochet yarn, whatever they call it. And all you want to do is wet it with paint. Just pile it in there.
Now, how many colors have you got in that?
I think 4. Part of doing a string flower, you got the camera on this right here? Okay. Or do I need to move that?
You can move forward and to your left a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit forward.
Right up there. For me to do a flower, I want to keep 2 things in mind. I want to keep the axis for the flower to the very base of it, to the stem down here. And how do I want my flower? I want my flower to come around and just do that. If you have an idea of what you want to do to start with, that takes all of the work out of it, and you do a couple of them with some lines on there, and then the rest of them, you won't need lines anymore. Okay. Once I lay that down, I just want to follow it around. I got way off there. Way off. I'm just going to pull that down right there. Now, how difficult was that? Yeah, it is interesting. You can also, if you got your paint a little bit thinner, you can go to your wife's jewelry box and get her best gold chain. You want the best gold chain because you want the chain with the most gold in it. You want the gold for the weight. And you can do that with the chain, and these little lines coming down from the top up there, they come completely different.
How does the wife feel about that?
Well, you're going to wash it and put it back before she gets home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah. I've got the chain from Hobby Lobby, and it doesn't work nearly as well just simply because it doesn't have enough weight. See if I can do a better job without flobble in it. I didn't get enough paint on there. Still, it kind of does the same thing. That paint could be a little more liquid. When I do these with the Josanya paint, I get it pretty liquid. I get pretty watery.
What's Josanya paint?
A Josanya is an iridescent, opaque acrylic paint. Josanya just happens to be the brand name. Gary Lowe over there in Ireland started doing some work, and one thing that he developed he called the cosmic cloud. And working with the owner of the Josanya paints, they developed this iridescent opaque paint just for doing the cosmic cloud type stuff. And he's the one that got me started. Need bigger hands. Yeah. This is done, the string. That's done with the Josanya paint. And it's just acrylic paint, but I get it fairly watery. It comes out of it. It comes out of a tube. I did gold on top of this one. My wife has claimed these. I wanted to go back and add more color to them, but she wants them just like that.
How do you spell Josanya?
Josonja.